Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome back to Void Whisper Stories. I am Ahmed, and if you're new here, you are stepping into a library of shadows. Please do subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss a whisper from the unseen. Today's story is one that has never been told online before. A documented personal account of an archivist who opened a door that was never meant to be found. This is real, so turn down the lights and let's begin. The story: The Archivist and the Frequency. In the freezing December of 2019, Emma Carter, a meticulous freelance archivist specializing in historical documents, accepted a lucrative but solitary contract. The task was to digitize the immense private library of the secluded Blackwood estate, a crumbling Victorian mansion nestled in the fog-drenched highlands of Scotland. The estate's sole inhabitant, the elderly and frail Mr. Alistair Blackwood III, gave only one cryptic instruction upon her arrival: catalog only what is on the shelves. Some pages in this house are not meant for modern eyes. Do not go looking for them. Emma, a rationalist armed with modern technology, dismissed this as the superstition of an old man. Her workspace was the Grand Library, a cavernous room with floor-to-ceiling oak shelves groaning under the weight of centuries-old books, manuscripts, and folios. The air was perpetually thick with the scent of decaying paper, old leather, and a faint metallic tang she couldn't identify. The work was tedious but peaceful until the first night. As she meticulously scanned a batch of personal diaries from the 1880s, her high-resolution scanner suddenly whirred to a stop. Then her laptop screen flickered, displaying a cascade of digital snow. All the while, a low, rhythmic thump, thump, thump began emanating from the speakers, a sound uncannily like a human heartbeat. The room's temperature plunged in moments, her breath visible in the air. Shaken, she reached for her digital audio recorder to document the malfunction. When she played it back, clear amidst the white noise was a hushed, strained whisper: "Turn back." Unnerved but professional, she attributed it to a power surge in drafty old walls. The next afternoon, while reorganizing a section on metaphysical studies, her hand brushed against a peculiar, cold seam in the intricate oak paneling. With a soft click, a small, hidden compartment swung open. Inside, wrapped in faded black silk, was a single leather-bound journal. It was the personal log of Alistair Blackwood, the original owner, dated 1883. The entries began as meticulous notes on electromagnetic experiments, but descended into madness. Blackwood wrote of spiritual telegraphy, a belief that the newly invented telegraph could be tuned to frequencies beyond the living world, to capture the voices of the perpetually departing. The final entry was not in ink, but in a substance that looked like charcoal or ash, scrawled in a frenzied hand. "They have learned to speak back through the wires. They have learned my name. The signal is a doorway. Do not let them out." As Emma's eyes scanned those last words, the library's ornate gas-style lamps, converted to electricity long ago, surged and dimmed violently. In the strobing light, the shadows between the bookshelves seemed to thicken and shift, momentarily forming the silhouettes of tall, slender figures standing and watching. That night, sleep offered no respite. Emma was plunged into vivid auditory dreams, a chaotic choir of discordant metallic voices chanting in a guttural, clicking language that felt both ancient and unnervingly synthetic. She awoke gasping at 3 a.m. to find her laptop glowing in the dark room, its screen filled with a single, repeating line of binary code. Translating it, her blood ran cold. "Alistair's door is open. We see you." Fear now curdling into dread, she knew she had to find the source. Remembering blueprints she'd seen, she ventured into the estate's neglected basement. Behind a rusted iron door, she found it: Blackwood's secret laboratory. The room was a tomb of archaic technology: brass telegraph machines, hand-cranked generators, and coils of insulated wires strewn like metallic ivy across stone tables. In the center stood a large, ominous apparatus resembling a primitive radio transmitter. The air was statically charged, smelling sharply of ozone and the deep, damp earth of a grave. Compelled by a force she didn't understand, Emma reached out and touched the main brass resonator. A jolt of freezing, numbing energy shot up her arm, and instantly the dusty speaker horn crackled to life. A voice, clear, calm, and terrifyingly close, filled the silent chamber. "Emma, we have been waiting. Stay with us." The following days became a waking nightmare. The paranormal activity escalated from subtle to aggressive. Books would be hurled from shelves with violent force. Heavy, deliberate footsteps paced the hallway outside her room every night, stopping right at her door. Her digital files corrupted one by one, their contents replaced with glitch-ridden, repeating images of Alistair Blackwood's gaunt face, his eyes black voids. Most chilling were the EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, on her recorder. Every session now captured clear, intelligent responses. One, in a chorus of overlapping whispers, stated, "We are trapped in the frequency. The bridge is broken. Help us cross." It was then that Emma's fear transformed into a grim understanding. These entities weren't demonic invaders. They were lost souls, casualties of Blackwood's reckless experiments, trapped for over a century in a liminal state between worlds, using the mansion's residual electromagnetic energy as a prison. Armed with this horrifying revelation, in a sense of desperate responsibility, Emma decided to act. Using Blackwood's own notes and her modern equipment, she formulated a plan. She needed to complete the circuit and send a closing signal. On the final, storm-lashed night, she located Alistair Blackwood's overgrown grave in the estate's private cemetery. Digging beneath the headstone with trembling hands, she found a small, rusted telegraph key, the original transmitter. Returning to the basement laboratory, her heart pounding against her ribs, she connected the ancient key to the main apparatus. As the storm raged outside, she took a deep breath and began tapping out a single, powerful message in Morse code, over and over. "Let go," followed by, "You are free." For a moment, nothing happened. Then a deafening silence swallowed all sound, a vacuum of absolute quiet. The lights in the apparatus died. The static charge vanished from the air, and then a single, warm, sigh-like breeze flowed through the stone room, carrying with it a scent of rain and fresh soil. The oppressive weight lifted instantly. The mansion felt simply old, not haunted. Emma left at first light, abandoning her equipment and most of her belongings. She never returned to collect her fee. Months later, settled back in the city, she finally mustered the courage to review the master backup drive from the project. Among thousands of files, one audio clip, created on her final night but unnoticed until now, stood alone. She clicked play. After 3 seconds of pure silence, a soft, gentle, and profoundly peaceful voice whispered, "Thank you, Archivist of Echoes. The signal is clear at last." Emma never worked in an old building again. She avoids radio static and leaves televisions on dead channels. She knows some frequencies once tuned can never be fully forgotten, and some doors once opened leave a permanent draft on the soul. If this journey into the static left you breathless, imagine what other truths are waiting in the silence. Share this story with someone who believes in the unseen. Subscribe to Void Whisper Stories and smash that bell icon, because the next whisper is just an upload away. Until then, keep your lights on and your minds open. This is Ahmed, signing off for now.